So I knew I wasn't going to go to college, sit in a classroom to be an architect. I chose plumbing full time my junior year, and then it's never looked back. Welcome to Everyday Plumbing, the good, the bad, the ugly, with Chuck Barron. Welcome to Everyday Plumbing, the good, the bad, the ugly. My name's Chuck Barron, and we're going to be opening up this podcast with some special thanks. A lot of work to get here, a lot of planning, and I'll be honest with you, I couldn't have done it without these folks. I want to give a special thanks to some special folks that are behind the scenes helping me produce this podcast. Number one, Marcia, my better half. Tremendous help with if I need something, before I can finish this sentence, it's ordered on Prime and on my front porch. And putting up with all my ideas and my craziness and just nonstop. You know, I'm that guy that wakes up in the morning at 3, 4 in the morning every day. And when I show up on their bedside talking plumbing and she's not even have her eyes open, can you imagine what that's like? So I had to change my plan. I got to wait for her to have that second cup of coffee before I can communicate with her. I've been instructed by Marcy. And on to my partner in crime here, a big help. Standing right behind that camera that you cannot see is the amazing Hob. He has been instrumental in getting this thing off the ground from research, his contacts, his knowledge. He's a YouTuber himself. Check him out, the amazing Hob. And the knowledge and the persistence to deal with me. I'm a little crazy. I change my mind a lot. And we work great together. And Rob, I want to thank you, brother, because you know I love you, man. And we do believe we have something special here coming. We're gonna again talk about every phase of plumbing, our stories, our lessons, people in the trade, our workforce out there, our future workforce, and just dialing in on this podcast. And again, Rob, I thank you for all your hard work. And I want to give a special shout out to Drew Tunes, the mastermind, the legend behind my artwork on the opening. Thank you, Drew. Drew Tunes, check him out, folks. He's an awesome artist, and he brought me to life, and I thank you, man. I also want to thank all the YouTubers out there who've been following me for years, following my work ethic, following my jobs I've been teaching, preaching, my kids, everyone out there, the do-it-yourselfers and all the comments, the good and the bad. I love them all. So keep them coming, and I appreciate you. Follow, subscribe, and hit me up with any of your questions. Why am I podcasting is going to be the question. I ask myself the same question. My passion for this business, this trade, for the past 42 years has been a great journey. I want to teach. I want to preach to the young people out there. Our trade is awesome. AI is not coming for our trade, the actual physical part. Just not going to happen. So you have a lifetime of work here. Plumbing gave me a purpose, and I just knew I had a lifetime of work. I am that senior plumber now. I used to think back in the day that, you know, when I'm 18, 19, the old guys. Well, now I am that old guy, and I am that old head, man. I got young people working for me. This trade, the service business, is really hard to teach and have them grasp because no job is ever the same. You can go to one house, do one thing, and not do that job that you just did for another 3 years. So a hard job to grasp, learn, but you can actually make a career out of it. I actually love being a mentor. Some of my favorite comments on YouTube are from young people asking me how to get started in the trade. Why? How do I do it? I'll be like, listen, man, I'll be knocking on doors. I'll be knocking on plumber shops. Hey, can I get a job? Just be relentless. Be relentless in what you do. If you want it, go get it. No one's going to bring it to you. You have to go knock on doors and be persistent. Trust me, I've done it. To have the will to chase a career that you love and you think you're going to do, it's all mindset. So go out and get it, and good luck. If you have any questions, hit us up in the comments below for sure. We'll be glad to help. A lot of people ask me how I got into plumbing. I'm a first-generation plumber, guys. Nobody in my family was a plumber. I had the fortunate ride to go to Milton Hershey School up in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I was from a single family, a single mom, actually, that thought that was going to be the best move for me, and big-time move by her, for her and my brother, Broman Pat, rest in peace, that we both went to Milton Hershey in 1977, and that would be 6th grade through 12th. Spent 7 years there. So in my sophomore year, I'm in the senior division, which is like a dorm situation, 16 guys in there. I had a guy that was he was crazier than me, and he met. I gotta tell you, I met some great people in Milton Hershey. This is a whole nother lifestyle that we actually all keep in touch still. But I'm gonna give a special shout out to Dave MacGyver, the first guy that told me to go to plumbing. It's fun and it's cool. So I'm a freshman in high school, and he's telling me it's cool, and he was a junior. I'm like, oh, I'm going to plumbing. And that was it. So, Dave, thank you. I've been doing it ever since. I know your whole family, John, Phil, and Dave, they were all wrestlers. So you know the mindset of a wrestler is insane. So thank you, man. You got me started in plumbing. If you don't know that, you do now. So when I was in Milton Hershey, I had an opportunity to take drafting. So I was taking drafting and plumbing my sophomore year. So in my junior year, I had to decide which direction I was going to go. So the mindset that I made all my own decisions in school. I had no help. I had some counselors that would help me make decisions for the better of me and what I was thinking at the time, which I knew nothing. So what I did was I looked at my life as like, there ain't no way I'm going to college. I've been locked up in this place, and I say locked up, but I say very structured, not the normal being of out and about on the beaches. We got to go home, holidays only, and the best part was I couldn't wait to graduate and be free of confinements of structure. So I knew I wasn't going to go to college, sit in the classroom to be an architect. I chose plumbing full-time my junior year, and then it's never looked back. So I had Joe Hogarth as my shop teacher. All you old Milts will know Joe, and I made some great relationships out there. Still in touch today. My classmates, Jim Long, Glenn Myers, Mel Roach, Professor Mel. He's a doctor now. He went from plumber to a doctor in Philadelphia. Good job, Mel. But, you know, the thing is, I knew for me that no more classroom. I was done. I wanted to get out, and I wanted to work out in the air, and that was it. I graduated in 84, and that was the plan. I wasn't going to do blueprints. I'm doing pipes. And that was it. I graduated June of 84. You ready for this? Making $4 an hour was my first job on the books. All right. I worked for GM Roads out of Absecon. I was a 19-year-old kid, and he was the first person that hired me. Rest in peace, George. Again, he was one of my old heads, one of my mentors. A great time working for that gentleman. So when I worked for George Rhodes, he did all service. So we came right out, and I worked with a young fellow named Mike Riff. Mike was a real character. I know he's out there still. And I knew I wanted to be in business. So what I did was I worked for my neighbor, which was San Fran Plumbing out of Brigantine, Frank Papa. He did all track work. So I did my stint with doing new construction, track work, apartment after apartment up in Hightstown, New Jersey, and I was traveling a lot. It was taxing. So in the end, I said, Frankie, I can't do this no more. I'm going to head into do some new construction with L&G Mechanical out of Absecon. We did the California apartments and the landings. And that was when I was introduced to polypipe, polybutylene. So with them guys, Tommy Falvo, Tony, and Lou, I worked there for quite a few years and met some great folks out of that company. And then the co-workers, Pete, Kokoza, and Pat Munn, and all these good people that I'm still friends with today in this area. It's a small community of plumbers, but when you start working and been in the area so long as I have, we've created relationships like that. And Pat Murray, it was a lot of guys. I know I'm forgetting a lot, but you know what I'm saying. And during the new construction, I did a lot of, and what I'm trying to say is this. If you want to have your own business, you got to do a little bit of everything, and that's what I did. My best stop for service work, I wanted to do service work, and I said, I got to go to Atlantic City. And I applied at Rick & Company, rest in peace, Rube, and his son Larry still, he's actually a fan of ours. He sees what we're doing on YouTube, and we actually talk. And I did so much service with them guys doing hydronic heating, drain cleaning, and the guys I met in that company were still very close today. And that was back in 85, 86. So, and again, I knew I wanted to be in business. So the goal was to get enough time to be able to take my test. My last stop in service business was for Henry Dembinski. And I met some real characters in that area out of Margate. Big fan of Henry, the great big gentleman he was. He was a real doozy. And out of all the companies I worked for, I learned a lot from Henry. He ran a service shop. I got to meet Vic Tartaglio, Bernie Fox Sr. We're still very friendly today, and we're still friends. It's actually, again, the island community. It's small, so we know everybody, and we've been here forever. These guys, Bernie's still running around. I have Vic has passed, rest in peace, brother, and and again, and these guys are passing. Henry too, and I am that old head, so it makes you appreciate what you know, and that's what I want to pass on. Like, I can't take this knowledge with me. I'm trying to teach young guys, including my two sons right now. It's a task, and if you're up for it, go for it. It's a long journey and plenty of stuff you can learn. And I closed that whole thing out by doing, a bunch of side work at nights. I knew I wanted to be in business, and I had the opportunity to take my test in, I'm going to say 92, and I actually passed my first shot. So there I am. I'm in business. Wow. Now what? And that's been another journey. And again, you guys out there who want to be in business, and I've told some guys that work for me that you got to do everything. Service, drain work, new construction. If you want to know everything about plumbing, you got to find some good companies, take it in, or find that one company that does everything and then shift from division to division. And hopefully you find that company, and I wish you luck. And again, if y'all got any questions for me on how to approach that, love to talk about that anytime. Catch me on the street, catch me anywhere, call the office. We got people calling the office all the time from me from YouTube, so I appreciate it. office loves it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that, and that's my journey of who I work for and how I got there. So that's my resume, and I hope you appreciate it. I knew I threw some old-time names out there, and all you guys out there, I thank you for believing in me. And I got to tell you, every company I worked for, I worked hard, but I also had a ton of fun. Continuing my journey, I got to tell you, I took a major detour. I had a very big influencer in my life, a mentor, a father figure, Jimmy Welch. He was an Atlantic City fireman. He was a union carpenter. He was a work ethic that I respected tremendously, a great family man. Took me in as a son and was a great influence on me. And I knew I was going to be a plumber, but then everyone has that little self-doubt. So on my 21st birthday, I decided I'm going to go try to apply to union carpenter, get a book, right? I needed an application to get in this union, and they only giving out 15 a day. So I drove by there about 7 o'clock at night, and guess what? There were 7 people in line already. So there you go. There's my party. Boom, went and got my beach chair, my 12-pack, and I sat out on New York Avenue all night. Long story short, I passed the test. They were going to hire me, I don't know, a year or two later. I said, thank you, but no thank you. I'm going to be a plumber. I'm locked into plumbing. So all while that's going on, I'm still plumbing. I passed on the union stuff to be a carpenter, and then the Atlantic City Fire Department creeped into my head. Well, I spent 10 years trying to get on this job, the Atlantic City Fire Department, and I did succeed. And I would not give up. And so that's why I know, like, whatever I do, it's happening. And the business lessons that I've taken over the last 5 years, I know it's coming. Trust me, I will not give up until this thing is running smoothly and top notch, because I know my personality. I think back when I was 24 to 30, trying to get on the Atlantic City Fire Department, I would not stop. I wouldn't stop training. I kept training. I got canned. I did everything. And guess what? I got in, did 25 years, and at that time, I ran 2 companies. Check that. I ran 2 careers at one time, fireman, plumbing. I passed my test in 1993, so now I actually was a licensed plumber before I became a fireman. So I wanted benefits, pension, and all that good stuff. So I did both. I was very independent. If I didn't want to answer the phone, I did not. I did a lot of life lessons, surfing, working, but I was a 1-2-man show this whole time doing both. And I thank Jimmy Welch for pointing me in the right direction. I got my pension, and I got the life experience of the fire department, which is a whole nother episode of people I'm friendly with, involved with, still to today. And my shop is in Atlantic City, and I appreciate them guys out there, and be safe out there, boys. My whole YouTube existence was inspired. I was a camera guy from, back in Milton Hershey. I love taking pictures. I know you guys out there remember the 110 camera or the 110 film. That was me. I had a camera back in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, all through high school. And even after high school, graduated, we wanted to open up this is back in 85, 88, 89, 90. I wanted to open up a film company to film weddings and kids' sports back then. And I stuck with plumbing. So great thought. If YouTube was open then, I would have been on it, I'm sure. So moving forward through my career of 2 jobs, fireman and plumbing, I'm in business and I hire the amazing Hob. So these guys, they were on YouTube for years. And we grew up with these guys, or I grew up I knew them. I was their neighbor and watched them all grow up on Nub TV. So I was already a film guy and I loved it. So I love what they were doing. We went over there a lot and caught their antics. And that's a whole nother episode that I'm going to introduce you to Hob, who's filming me right now. Again, you see the friendship that we've created over these years, 20-year deal, that they inspired me to open up my channel. So when that time comes, we're going to bring the Hobber over and give you the whole breakdown of how we got started. That's coming for sure. Another part of that whole situation of me being on YouTube was Hob goes, hey, man, and we were making some surf vids during work, of all things. It was awesome. I actually missed them days. We'd be like, yo, man, grab the boards. There's waves. Close the shop. We're going to go surf. And then while we're there, we start making films. I love making films of surfing on YouTube, and that's how I got started. Then one crazy day, I stopped in the firehouse. I'm working. I had Andy Gaffney, who's also a licensed plumber, retired fireman now. He's like, hey, man, do you know Stevie Lav? And I'm like, no, man. He goes, oh, you got to check out his videos, man. He makes plumbing videos. I'm like, oh, yeah? So, of course, I write it down. I go check him out. I'm like, oh, Stevie Lav. Man, I could do a film like you, brother. So that's how I got started making films in plumbing. So I just started filming everything I did. And Stevie Lav is still going strong today. And there's many plumbers out there on YouTube. And I follow you all and appreciate your insight. I know all the do-it-yourselfers appreciate it. And I just consider myself one of the boys who work on YouTube. Steve Lav, Roger Wakefield, to name Mikey Pipes. Everybody out there is just doing their thing. And it's actually, I'm waiting to see who else is going to open up a channel because guess what? Everybody has their own story. So let it rip. This whole YouTube thing was for fun for me. And I appreciate everybody. And I'm talking my #1 subscriber. You know who you are. The animal, Zach Maddock. My first subscriber. You know it. Come on, Zach. This is one of my son's friends from school. And we used to train the kids in basketball. And that's, man, I did so much filming for coaching with Coach Bobby Anderson and Andrew, who was a baller. Even Chucky in football. I filmed everything. If it was going on, I filmed it. So I want to thank Zach for my first subscription follower, and you got this whole party started, and still friends today. Thank you, brother. And I think I might see you Friday night at Cage the Elephant. I think you're on that bus trip. I think you are. So I got to keep an eye on a bunch of 25-year-olds, which I'm really not going to watch them at all. And, you know, the passion of film was right in me right away. I knew it. And I'll be honest with you, I miss it. So that's one of the other reasons I'm giving back through the podcast. Is it's easier for me to talk about. I can't get to all these jobs. And that's because I grew my business. Another mistake. Or was it? It was a mistake because I can't do my passion every day. And that was filming what I do. Little jobs. Film it, drop it. I love editing. I did it all. Music, all me. I did everything from scratch to finish. Go to the job, film the job, do the job, edit the job, the whole bit. I was 100% behind productions of all my videos back in the day. Now I got the hob. So we're going to step forward to 2020. I'm heavy into YouTube and I'm doing my thing. And I got 3 years left in my fire department career. And my plan is this. My two sons are heavily involved now and they're committed to plumbing. I made them both go to Stockton University because I was going to be that dad that said, hey, you're a plumber. And then when they're 40, you made me be a plumber. I made them get college degrees. All right. So there you go. Make your choice, sons. And they've committed to the company. And I did the craziest thing ever. Without a plan. I lost a truck in a fire at Mr. B's Auto by accident. It was a beater van. long story short, that was my first new van, got replaced. Bought another van, no problem. Oh, let me get some coaching. Next you know, I'm buying 6, 7 trucks. Have no idea. We're going to just put guys in them and let them operate and make tons of money and have tons of fun. Well, that is the total opposite of what happened. And I'm definitely going to follow back up with some stories about the pain that I felt and what happened to me and what not to do in business. I will definitely help you out and give you all my lessons that I have learned. It is, whew, I'm glad to be sitting here today. So moving forward, I graduated. So we're buying trucks in COVID, and I'm going to open up. I'm like so stoked for COVID. I'm like, man, I'm shutting down my company. I'm going to go ahead and open up this podcast back in 2020. I said, man, I'm going to be on YouTube 24 hours. This is going to be great. Nope. I've been deemed essential. So we got so busy, work, and you all know this. It was up here, everybody. Well, when it's up here, it's got to come down. And, you know, all that money people were getting, now it's a funny time. I survived it. We're working hard to keep it fixed. Put it this way. When I retired from the fire department in 2023, I've been fixing stuff in my business since, and I'm 2 years in. So the dream of me hiring trucks or hiring guys and putting them in trucks and using software and be on the beach that first summer, negative. Never going to happen. Never did happen. And lessons. And we'll talk about them a lot coming up. Trust me. So as we state now, in 2023 through now, we're all in the business. I got Marcy. She came over from her company, closed her company. She's here full time. I'm here full time. We're my 2 sons, Chuck and Andrew, are here full time, and I got 4 or 5 other guys that are just instrumental in this company, and we're working extremely hard to make it right. And I tell my young guy, what's the solution? He says, systems. Systems are the solution. So we're working hard to fix all this purchasing I did to put systems in place. And a special shout out to my man Darryl out there in Kansas City. You know the pain I'm feeling without systems. And I thank you for being my inside guy. And we'll talk all about that later. So with that closing, guys, I got to tell you, I'm super excited about this podcast. I got so many lessons to give, to teach young and old of what to do and what not to do and to have fun with it. I'll be honest with you. I'm really excited about getting this podcast started because I know I have so much to give. It's given me a lot, the trades. It's given me pain too, don't get me wrong. And I'll be honest with you, I'm stoked to do this for you. The smoke is clearing for me a little bit. I can actually see what's going on, and I'm looking forward to teaching and preaching. I'll be honest with you, I am that old head now. I just seen Stan Swan out in the street one day last week in Atlantic City. I'm like, Stan, man, we're the old guys, brother. And we took a picture together and over there at Ben Franklin, and it was pretty funny. That dude's a savage too. All right, so we want to give back. Me, whoever wants to talk about plumbing is a friend of mine. So let's get it on and give us a call, give me a text, and let's make this happen, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the next one. Welcome to Everyday Plumbing, the good, the bad, the ugly, with Chuck Barron.